I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what every other content creator tells you about Duelist. It's not about getting a lot of kills. It's about team play. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna tell you that, okay? That's just them being nice and saying you're playing bad as a duelist. So it's best for you to play with the team so you stop throwing, okay? I'm not gonna tell you that. That's a loser mindset, okay? It's like a person asks you to jump and you ask how high. Is that what you want to be? A how high type of nigga? I don't think so. As a duelist, it's your job to be an egoist. It's your job to frag out. The more kills and damage you deal, the more you're contributing to your team. The less kills and damage you have, the more you're being dead weight on the team and don't deserve to be a duelist. Now, just because I said it's your job to get kills and deal damage as a duelist, doesn't mean run at the enemy team like a complete maniac and keep dying. You want to go positive KD as a duelist, okay? Never negative. Some here, so you know, here's some goddamn tips to help you play as a duelist, and I promise these tips will make you better at the game as long as you implement everything I mentioned. First tip, fight or flight. Just because you're a duelist doesn't mean you have to secure a kill every time. Some of y'all are just kill hungry, bruh. Sometimes it's best to just deal damage and run away. Dealing damage works in two ways for you. One, it weakens and distracts the enemy team, forcing them to heal or fall back. Okay? You're grabbing aggro so your team can do what they gotta do from you distracting the enemy team. Second thing, dealing damage charges up duelist ults faster. So always be aware of the situation and don't overextend into the enemy lines just because you want to get a kill. Spider-Man is a good example of this. Sometimes you swing in and pull off the kill confirm combo and get a kill. But sometimes you pull off the combo and it doesn't get the kill because the enemy team healing them or something like that. Regardless of the situation, either way, whatever the outcome is, you retreat with Spider-Man to fight another day. You don't stay behind and die because you're trying to confirm the kill. Always play life as a duelist because your role is important on keeping pressure on the opponent. Kill confirm combos, second tip. Since I brought it up with Spider-Man, kill confirm combos. As a duelist, you should always have a kill confirm combo in your kit for your main. Every duelist have one. A kill confirm combo is a combo that you do on the enemy and it confirms the kill no matter what. For Spider-Man, it's the web trace, sling to him, uppercut, then one last hit to clean him up. Whether it's Venom skill or another web trace, etc. Y'all know what it is. Y'all, if you're a Spider-Man man, you know what I'm talking about. That's just one of his simplest kill confirm combos. These combos work against all characters except Vanguards. So, figure out your main duelist kill confirm combo is mandatory as a duelist. Number 3. Flanking and positioning. I feel like I had to throw both of these in the same category because duelists fall under one or the other and accomplishes it in different ways depending on the duelist you play as. Regardless, this is essentially as a duelist player, okay? This is essentially what the duelist player do, okay? Duelists aren't like Vanguards that can just walk up to the enemy team and start swinging because they beefy with health. Unless you're Mr. Fantastic or Wolverine. All duelists are swishy. They die quick. So unless you attack strategically with them, you will die easily. Psylocke and Moon Knight kind of teaches you all how to play with all duelists in this game. Duelists are like assassins in this game. You want to be sneaky and pick players off when they're not ready for it. Psylocke demonstrates that with her kit. She can go invisible, get behind enemy backline, kill a player or two while they focus on fighting your team, and can hurry up and escape when the enemy team catches on. Spider-Man does the same thing. Swings in, kills somebody, and then run off. Other duelists strive from the same playstyle. But then you have the other duelists that don't strive off of the assassin playstyle and rather strive off of positioning, like Moon Knight. Moon Knight is known for finding high vantage points or hidden corners and shooting from afar, killing enemies before they realize where they're being shot from. Duelists like Punisher and Hawkeye play the same way. Basically, if you're a ranged projectile duelist, you specialize in positioning. If you're a close to medium fighter, you specialize in assassination / flank playstyle. Figure out which playstyle you prefer and main a duelist in that playstyle. Flying duelists like Storm and Iron Man don't really specialize in those playstyles. They play better with team play, holding hands with their teammates, but positioning and assassination plays can happen with them. From Storm ult teleporting and taking out anyone she spawns on in the back line, which would be an assassination play, and then both Iron Man and Storm being able to hide above doorways and choke points to ambush players from above. 4. Priorities. I think we're on number 4. I lost count. Anyway, priorities during the match is to kill the enemy team healers so your team can wipe their team. Your job is to also deal with the enemy team duelists so they can't kill your team healers and your tanks and stuff. Last but not least, your third priority is your job to kill the carry crutch on the enemy team. The player that's causing your team to lose or have a hard time is the carry crutch, okay? And that can be any character. A camping Punisher of a turret, or a camping Hawkeye, a Penny Spider Nest, a Moon Knight and his annoying onks, a flying Iron Man, whatever it may be. Whoever it is on their team that's carrying their team and carrying their team legacy. And if you kill them, then your team got a better chance of winning because that was the person carrying them, okay? That's your priority list in that order. Healers first, duelist second, annoyances third. And then it's interchangeable based on how the match is going, right? You got to be flexible, right? You do not want to waste your time targeting vanguards unless the healers are dealt with first. Vanguards can get taken down from team shooting once the healers are dead. A strat you want to do is use your ult on said priority targets. Example being purposely going into the enemy team backlines and then using Psylocke ult to kill all the healers on their team. Ult charge. Duelists get their ults fast from dealing damage and getting kills, but mostly from dealing damage. That's why Storm and Moon Knight get their ults very fast in the game, because Moon Knight attacks ricochet off the enemy team, hitting more than one person, and Storm electric skill lightning strikes the entire enemy team twice whenever you're using her skill when you're near them and in your circle, whatever. Because they're dealing damage so fast, they get their ults very quick, so they can score multiple kills very quick. They get their ults in like 30 seconds to like 50 seconds. It's insane if you're hitting multiple targets, right? As a duelist, sometimes you won't be able to get a kill because the enemy team is healing too much, but that's okay. As long as you're dealing damage and living, you're charging up an ult to turn the match around. So don't get impatient because you're thirsty for a kill. Wait for opportunity for when you can wipe the whole enemy team out. That's why sometimes it's good to just shoot the enemy team vanguard when you can't push forward and waiting on your resources to come back. Shooting vanguards help you charge up your ult. Treat them like bullet sponges to your advantage. Be patient, then strike. It's okay. I want to be very stern on this point. It's okay to be out of battle for a minute. You don't need to be fighting 24/7. If you need to chill for a minute, if you just use the kill confirm combo and kill the enemy player, it's okay to go high and wait till your skills get back off cooldown, so you can go back out there and do another kill confirm combo on the enemy. It's better to be able to secure a kill guaranteed than hoping you can get a kill on someone 50-50 probability. Remember, playing life is more beneficial for your team because you'll be there to help fight with your team whenever it's time to push. Dying and being out of battle for like 10 seconds is not good for your team. Every second counts. Every match has a flow to it. You need to find that flow and know when to pop your ult and when to attack for your team so your team can win. The more you play the game, the more you'll understand the tempo I'm referring to. Remember all health pack locations. Stop begging your healers to heal you if you're not fighting in a team fight, okay? If you're not fighting in a team fight, stop asking your healers for heals. If you're away from your team during a flank or assassination or positioning, then you need to pick up a health pack on the map to heal yourself back up. There's a reason why those health packs heal switchy characters to full health and not tanks. Treat your healer like a gas station, a pit stop. When you need a heal, you run to them as a pit stop, and then you go back to attack their backlines. Your healer is only responsible for healing you during team fights. Nothing else, okay? Nothing else. Get some goddamn baggage off of their back, okay? Next tip, know when to use your ult. Some duelists have ults that can wipe the entire enemy team or at least half of the enemy team. You need to know when to use your ult so you can give your team an advantage. Stop popping your ult when you see a Mantis, Luna, Susan, or Cloak and Dagger ult is being used. Unless you're Iron Man or Scarlet Witch and sometimes Punisher, you got no reason during your ult during those times. You are not going to kill anybody. Unless you're trying to bait their healing ult out for objective play, you shouldn't use your ult until you're sure they use their healing ult already or you got yours before them, which is rare. I recommend killing the healer on her own first, and then once you kill the healer, then pop your ult. I recommend that, okay? Also, pay attention on counter picks on the other team. Characters like Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic, Magneto, etc. They can counter your ult as a duelist, so be wise about it. Destructive environment. Marvel Rivals is a unique game that has destructive environments, okay? Destructive objects that can open up new paths in the map and can also cause the map layout to change completely. If you hold a direction on your D-pad, I forget which one it is here. I think it's hold right or left. But if you hold a direction on your D-pad, you can see your screen will go black and white, right? And you will see glowing yellow objects or red objects, letting you know that those objects can be destroyed and change the map environment completely. Why is this important for a duelist? Because certain maps have hidden paths duelists can take advantage of and flank behind the enemy team and throw them off guard, or use it for better positioning. Some maps favor certain heroes, and if you manipulate the map to your favor, it will cause you to become a better duelist than other players. Main 1 or 2 duelists. When starting out learning how to be a duelist, you want to main 1 or 2 duelists, because the more you play on one duelist, the better your aim will become with that duelist. The more comfortable you get with that duelist, the more you'll be able to slay with that character. Once you learn a lot with that character, the muscle memory and knowledge will pass on to other duelists you play with. You will know how to position better, when to push, when to fall back, better map awareness, etc. Confidence. Last but not least, confidence. You gotta have confidence in yourself as a duelist, because you're the flag bearer of your team. You help carry your team to victory. Your team relies on you to take out the enemy team and to help protect them. If you're scared of dying and pushing forward, then you'll do a horrible job as a duelist. You will die as a duelist. There's no changing that. But every death, you learn and get better, and you live longer and longer as you proceed. And eventually you get to the point that you rarely even die. You're getting stats like 25 kills and 2 deaths per game, okay? You gotta trust your team just as much as you gotta trust your team just as much as they trust you, okay? I can't tell you how many times I rushed in to fight the enemy team and just had faith that my healer was on my team, had my back, and healed me as I got kills. You gotta be willing to make bold moves as a duelist to make golden opportunities for your team to win. One good ult by a duelist can turn the whole tide of a match. So you need to make sure you're getting these opportunities in, because you're the one that's gonna open up a pathway for your team to get a victory. Objective play. Duelists don't have to play a certain way based on the game mode, okay? Duelist jobs are pretty much the same through and through in both game modes. Just play more team oriented when it comes to push the payload, and don't overextend all the time, only during the right moments. Hopefully these tips help you become a better duelist. If I missed anything, my fellow duelists, please comment below some more tips that can help other players become better duelists. I love maining duelists. That's my role, playing Marvel Rivals. Remember, every duelist plays different, so some of these tips I may or may not apply to your character. It depends on who you're playing with, okay? I wouldn't apply all of these to them. It's all based on who your character is as a duelist. Because, like, Mr. Fantastic is a good example of, like, so many things do not apply to him. That man's a Vanguard through and through. I ain't trying to hear it, okay? But love and appreciate y'all as always. And until next time, stay up. I will be coming out with a video for Vanguard and strategists as well. So stay tuned.